a nation shaped by volcanoes, samurai, innovation, and silence. Where futuristic robots walk beside centuries-old traditions. This is Japan, the land of the rising sun. But how did Japan evolve from feudal kingdoms and isolation to becoming one of the world's tech giants? What makes this small island nation a global cultural superpower? Today, on Wizzle Dwizzle, we dive deep into the incredible story of Japan, from ancient myths to space-age dreams. Japan's story begins over 2,000 years ago, shrouded in legend. According to mythology, Japan was created by the gods Izanagi and Izanami, and its first emperor, Emperor Jimmu, was a descendant of the sun goddess Amaterasu. This divine lineage still echoes in Japan's imperial traditions today. By the Yamato period, around 300 AD, Japan began to unify. Buddhism arrived via Korea and China, blending with native Shintoism, which reveres nature and ancestral spirits. Feudal Japan followed, ruled by emperors in name, but by samurai and shoguns in power. For centuries, samurai code, Bushido, shaped Japan's warrior spirit, with loyalty, honor, and discipline as core values. From the 1600s to the 1800s, Japan followed a strict policy of sakoku, national isolation. No one could enter or leave, trade was tightly controlled, and foreign ideas were kept out. But in 1853, American ships led by Commodore Perry forced Japan to open its ports. What followed was astonishing. In just a few decades, during the Meiji Restoration, Japan transformed itself, building railways, factories, a modern army, and legal systems inspired by the West. By the early 20th century, Japan had become a military power, defeating even Russia in war. The first time an Asian nation had defeated a European empire. World War II changed everything. After aligning with Axis powers, Japan's imperial ambitions led to the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, drawing the US into war. But by 1945, Japan faced devastation. 2 atomic bombs, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, left a deep scar on the nation's soul. Yet from the ashes, Japan rose again, not as a military force, but as a technological and economic miracle. With help from the US and its own relentless spirit, Japan rebuilt its cities, industries, and global reputation. By the 1980s, Japan became the second largest economy in the world. The world was flooded with Sony Walkmans, Toyota cars, Nintendo consoles, Panasonic TVs, and more. Japan set standards in precision, miniaturization, and efficiency. Its work culture and technological excellence became legendary. Even today it leads in robotics, automation, artificial intelligence, and sustainable innovations. Bullet trains, known as Shinkansen, symbolize its harmony between speed and discipline. But this growth came at a cost: an overworked society, shrinking population, and economic stagnation in the 1990s, now known as the Lost Decade. In Japan, tradition and modernity don't clash, they coexist. You can walk past ancient Shinto shrines, watch a sumo match, attend a tea ceremony, and later spend the night in a high-tech capsule hotel. Food is both an art and a ritual. Sushi, ramen, tempura, and matcha tea aren't just meals, they're experiences. In cities like Tokyo, neon lights and quiet politeness go hand in hand. Even in ultra-modern offices, bowing, formality, and group respect remain key. Japan's respect for elders, minimalism, and cleanliness define its lifestyle, and its anime, manga, cosplay, and video game cultures have taken over the world. Japan may not project military dominance, but its soft power is enormous. From Studio Ghibli films to Naruto and Dragon Ball, from Hello Kitty to Pokemon, from karate to Zen gardens, Japanese culture touches every corner of the planet. Its innovations in automotive, electronics, space tech, and biotechnology remain influential. UNESCO recognizes many Japanese traditions as intangible cultural heritage, like washoku cuisine, no theater, and paper folding, origami. In diplomacy, Japan is a peaceful giant, a key US ally, a G7 member, and a consistent voice for nuclear disarmament and global stability. Japan's biggest challenge today? Its aging population. With more seniors than children, the workforce is shrinking. But Japan is adapting, with robots for elderly care, automation, and even policies encouraging foreign workers. Climate change, energy dependence, and slow GDP growth remain concerns. But Japan is investing heavily in green hydrogen, space missions like Hayabusa 2, and next-gen AI. Its society is slowly evolving. More women in the workforce, shifting gender roles and rising digital entrepreneurship. Japan's future lies in balancing tradition with change, and so far no nation does that quite like Japan. From katana swords to quantum computers, from Zen gardens to space robotics, Japan is a living paradox of beauty, discipline, and imagination. It teaches us that strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's silent, efficient, and deeply respectful. This was the incredible journey of Japan, a nation small in size but vast in wisdom. For more stories like this, subscribe to Wizzle Dwizzle and keep discovering the wonders of our world.